and welcome. So in this lesson, we'll learn about identifying counting numbers and whole numbers. So remember that learning algebra is similar to learning any new language. We start with the basic vocabulary and then add to it as we go along. We need to practice often until the vocabulary becomes easy to us. The more we use these vocabularies, the more familiar it becomes. Algebra uses numbers and symbols to represent words and ideas. The most basic numbers used in algebra are those we use to count objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are called the counting numbers. So you call these counting numbers. Just a quick note over here that the notation ... this is what you call ellipsis. And this represent or this means and so on. Means the pattern continues endlessly. Okay, that also means and so on. Counting numbers are also called natural numbers. So if you want to know the definition of natural numbers, it's the same as the counting numbers. The counting numbers is start with 1 and then continue. Now, if you want to define whole numbers, the whole numbers are basically the numbers that start with 0. So if you start anything with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This is what we call whole numbers. So counting numbers is start with 1 and then continue, and the whole numbers it start with 0 and then continue. So basically the whole numbers are the counting numbers and 0. So that's the difference between counting numbers and whole numbers. Now let's look at an example over here. So the problem says which of the following are counting numbers and whole numbers. So let's see if you can identify the counting numbers and whole numbers over here. So we know that the counting numbers start with 1 and then continue, and the whole numbers start with 0 and then continue. So let's see for the counting numbers. We have 0, 2 over 3, 2, 9, 11.8, 241, 376. So we can mark 0. We can start with 2 because 0 is not a counting number, and then 9, and then 241, and then 376. Now for the whole numbers, remember the whole numbers start with 0. So we'll start with 0, and then 2, and then 9, and then 241, and then 376. Now the numbers 2 over 3 and 11.8, they are neither counting numbers nor whole numbers. We'll discuss these numbers later. Okay. Now one more thing before we wrap up this topic over here. If you want to map these counting numbers and whole numbers on a number line, let's see how that looks like. So the numbers on the number line increase from left to right and decrease from right to left. The point labeled 0 is what we call the origin. So this point is what we call the origin point. The points are equally spaced to the right of 0 and labeled with the counting numbers. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these numbers are counting numbers. and including 0, we call it whole numbers. Now between the counting numbers, we have decimal and fractions as well. We'll talk about these numbers later in the course. Awesome, there it is. So in this video lesson, we have identified the counting numbers and whole numbers. We also talked about the natural numbers, that natural numbers are also called counting numbers. We have learned about the number line, how the numbers can be mapped onto the number line so that we can make a comparison between the number.